I just had a quick question. I'd like your perspective because on my offer, we don't really get opt-ins. So what usually happens is DM setters, they have a conversation and they send out a form. The people fill it out. Some
Yeah.
book a call and some don't. So me, my job is to call the people that didn't book a call. But since they've already had kind of like a qualifying conversation in the DMs, how would you go about it?
It depends, like how aggressive is the qualifier?
It's I'd say like a 5 out of 10. They're asking all the right questions, but obviously like it's a DM conversation, so it's not like too in detail, but still they're getting like financials, why now, commitment, like
Yeah.
yeah.
So are they being asked like how much have you put set aside in order to have, start a business, like that kind of question, or
Yeah, they answer it in the form.
okay. So, um, I mean, for the role, like first of all, I address it. I address the fact that I can see that you've actually had a conversation with if, I don't know if it's the influencer or you can say specific DM setters. Um, but I would just say, yeah, I see that you've actually had a conversation with X, Y, and Z influencer just around looking to grow your business. I had a moment to reach you here just to make sure it's even worth your time exploring this further. As I see you didn't go through the application to start working with us. To help me understand, like what made you even look into this in the first place? Bang, go through your
Mhm.
usual process. I just keep it the same, to be honest. I think if you have a good conversation with someone, you connect really, really well with them. They kind of gloss over that generally anyway. They won't think about, oh, this person also asked me the same question. Unless if somebody's like really anal about it and really just a difficult person, a bit more closed off, like you do have to work a bit more diligently with them, and like sometimes you'll just have to address it. It's just a case of like making sure ultimately that it makes sense to make the recommendation and that's fine. But for most people, if you have a good conversation with them, connect really well, like they're not going to pay too much attention to those details. So I'm continuing my process the same. I'm not changing anything. And then obviously, as you go through more prospects that may be more difficult, they maybe do address things. Then ultimately you can like you adapt over time and figure out what responses work and what doesn't, right? So it's a constant testing game. But first of all, I'm not changing my process. I'm still going to keep to it, right? And I'm not going to even address anything that the DM setters has covered. So it's like a whole new, fresh conversation. Because ultimately, if they connect well with me, then that typically works out well.
Okay, so you would just like mention it in the beginning that they've spoken with someone and then just
Yeah.
like regular process.
So like I'll let them know that I have an understanding that they've had a conversation, but it's like I didn't actually like hear too much about like what actually happened and what went down. So like I guess to help me understand just for context, what led you to even wanting to look into what we do and stuff like that. So
Okay, I see. Sounds good.